This morning on DC News Now, a suspicious disappearance in Waldorf, Maryland. Police suspecting foul play in the case of a missing woman. Sun and chilly winds this Tuesday. We're tracking the next round of rain and when we could see warmer temperatures this week. In order to return a man mistakenly deported on hold, the Supreme Court stepping in after he was sent to El Salvador. DC neighbors frustrated after multiple car break-ins.
The police said, to be honest, we're never going to find this person. Doesn't matter if you have video.
Their calls for police to step up crime prevention. And the Great Chase memorialized.
I think I called this piece GOAT, you know, greatest of all time.
A local artist mural celebrating CAP's history and the power of community art.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, good morning, and thanks for starting your Tuesday with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Good morning to you. I'm Corey James. We'll check in with Shanika for the roads, but first let's start things off with Jackie for the forecast. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Still tracking the wind out there, and that's still packing a punch in terms of the wind chills right now. So current winds, those are anywhere between 15 to 20 mile per hour. Sustained winds, a few gusts, those are right around 30 miles per hour for parts of the region. I would say 25 to close to 30 mile per hour gust at this point. We're close to that in DC, Manassas, and we're also dealing with that right around Hagerstown and Martinsburg. Lexington Park, though, reaching upwards of 40 miles per hour at this point. That is where we're seeing some of the strongest of those gusts for now. Temperatures currently in the 30s and 40s, but it feels like we're in the 20s to lower 30s. So factor that in. Factor at least a 10-degree difference from the air temperature to what it feels like as you're heading out this morning. Certainly feeling more so like winter as opposed to spring. So make sure you do have that winter jacket, that heavier winter jacket before you step out the door on this Tuesday morning. Thankfully, later on today, temperatures bounce back in the upper 40s to near 50, and we'll see those dry conditions persisting across the area through the day today. Just make sure, again, that will be a little bit cooler than those actual air temperatures with that wind. I'll have more details timing out the rest of that 8-day forecast coming up, but Shanika's back with a look at those roads. What are you seeing?
All right, so still tracking delays. I've been tracking delays in Washington County all morning long. This is 70 heading eastbound, starting at Maryland 66. I mean, even past this point, you will see delays out of Washington County. So let's look at your maps. 70 heading east, right between 66 and 17. We had an overturned tractor trailer. That report came in earlier today at around the 5 o'clock hour, maybe. You've been seeing a major impact again. You're seeing delays just grow at this hour. 270 heading southbound, you'll see delays through Germantown. We also have a crash off of East Capitol Street and 22nd Street, so watch for delays right in this area here. Corey?
All right, Shanika, thank you. Breaking overnight out of Virginia, police are investigating a deadly shooting in Groveton. This happened on John Paul Drive. Fairfax County Police believe 2 men were involved in a fight there. They say the one who died was shot multiple times. Officers say the other man had stab wounds and was taken to the hospital, but is expected to be okay. Investigators are asking anyone with information to contact them.
And a jury found a D.C. man guilty of aggravated assault after shooting a groundskeeper over a dispute over leaf blowing back in March of 2020. The D.C. U.S. Attorney says Lawrence Murphy was upset that the victim was blowing the leaves towards his house in Northeast. Now Murphy shot the victim, injuring his wrist. His sentence is set for June the 9th. And we have continuing coverage this morning on a Waldorf woman who was last seen at the end of March.
Yeah, police are now calling her disappearance suspicious. DC News Now's Candace Cole is in the studio this morning with the latest on this investigation. Candace.
Well, the search continues for 23-year-old Lesbia Milith Ramirez Guerra, who was reported missing by her boyfriend on April 2nd. Now, according to the Charles County Sheriff's Office, Guerra was last seen at her home on Adams Court, where she lives with her boyfriend, their 2 kids, and several others on March 31st. Now, detectives investigating her disappearance now suspect foul play after finding, quote, unusual and suspicious activity at Guerra's home the day after she was last seen. They believe the family's red Toyota 4Runner, which was located at their home, may have also been involved. During a search of Guerra's home, detectives contacted ICE after finding fake immigration papers for Guerra's boyfriend. He has since been taken into custody. Now, anyone with information about Guerra's whereabouts is asked to contact the Charles County Sheriff's Office. You can do so anonymously at the number on your screen. Corey, Tanaya.
All right, Candace, thank you. A divided decision in the Supreme Court allowing the Trump administration to continue using an 18th century act to deport Venezuelan migrants. The administration using the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to send migrants to an El Salvadorian prison. The court also ruling they are entitled to a hearing before removal. The Alien Enemies Act was last used during World War II as justification for Japanese internment camps. And the Supreme Court also weighing in on a Maryland man mistakenly deported to El Salvador.
That is right. Chief Justice John Roberts paused a lower court's deadline for the U.S. to bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia home. Now, the Trump administration admits he was deported because of an administrative error. A prior appellate court's ruling says that Abrego Garcia has never been charged with a crime here or abroad. But the Trump administration pushed the Supreme Court to step in with an emergency appeal. They argue the courts cannot force the executive branch to work with Salvadoran officials to bring him home. The president maintaining his allegations about Abrego Garcia's gang member status.
Somebody said he's a member of MS-13, not Tren de Aragua. He's a member of MS-13, and therefore he should immediately be brought back. Well, MS-13 is just as bad as Tren de Aragua.
Now, Abrego Garcia's attorney says there is no evidence he was in MS-13 or any other gang. Now, they write in a statement that this is just a temporary administrative stay. We have full confidence the Supreme Court will resolve this matter as quickly as possible. A new high court response in the case is expected sometime today.
In D.C., parents and students are among those lobbying House members to pass the D.C. Local Funds Act. This would restore the district's budget. It's been in place since last month, and that is when Congress passed a short-term spending bill reverting D.C. back to its 2024 fiscal year budget. The decision slashing the budget by $1 billion.
This is not a partisan issue. Like, this is just a humanity issue. Operate from your humanity, operate from your compassion, operate from your empathy. These are people's children. These are people's lives.
Without the change, D.C. could be forced to cut millions of dollars in funding for public safety, education, and basic services. Mayor Bowser also urging the House to vote on the measure this week. Meantime, the D.C. Firefighters Union warning lawmakers about possible consequences if the D.C. Local Funds Act is not passed. In a letter, the union's president claims, quote, without proper funding, our ability to respond to 911 calls and emergencies will be severely compromised. Response times may increase and the number of firefighters could dwindle.
And we are learning more about President Trump's D.C. Safe and Beautiful Task Force. Yesterday, they heard from the Metro Transit Police Chief. Now, Mayor Bowser was not there. Instead, she says her administration submitted written testimony ahead of the meeting. Other than that, very few details have been released. The Trump administration recently announced a new task force to oversee the district. The president says the goal is to crack down on crime, homelessness, and federal immigration enforcement.
And new details, the Trump administration is planning a military parade to go through the district on the president's 79th birthday. The White House says it's going to take place June 14th. That is also on the Army's 250th anniversary. The parade is expected to stretch 4 miles from the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia to the White House. And financial markets continue to tumble after Trump's new tariffs.
That is right. More than $5 trillion has been lost from the markets just the past week. The tariffs impacted retirement accounts and threatening to increase prices for goods. Yesterday, a rumor of a 90-day delay on those tariffs spread across social media, which caused the markets to rebound. The White House confirmed there's not going to be a delay, and they went back down. All of this talk of tariffs troubling to economists.
Back to the great financial crisis in 2008. A lot of economists are thinking this might be one of those long time to recover kind of things. It'll take a long time to shift to a manufacturing economy again. In a few months, I would expect to see the unemployment rate ticking up to 5%, perhaps, maybe even 6% if things get really bad.
Now, the Trump administration saying the tariffs will help bring manufacturing back to America. Trump also welcoming other countries to make deals with the U.S. And China says that it is going to be fighting against the tariffs. This comes as Trump took to Truth Social to threaten an additional 50% tariff on Chinese exports. China calls this escalation a mistake, saying that they will never accept it. The tariffs are expected to go into effect tomorrow.
And we're helping you stretch your dollar this morning. You could soon hop on a Capital bike share for free free if you are a Metro customer. This is how it works. You have to sign up for a virtual Smart Trip card to be eligible. It will give you 10 free 45-minute bike rides. Now, you must live in D.C. or in Maryland in either Montgomery or Prince George's counties to get it. If you are in Virginia, you have to live in Alexandria, Arlington, Falls Church, or Fairfax County. The partnership is between WMATA and Capital Bike Share. Time right now, coming up on 8:10, 2 Texas children die after contracting measles.
That is right. Coming up, a look at the efforts to slow the spread. Plus, a fired federal health worker speaking out. Her story about being let go and the plans for what's next.
And taking a live look outside this morning, Jackie, that wind still is quite strong.
Yeah, we're still tracking some of those stronger wind gusts out there right now, right around 30 miles per hour, including D.C. We'll eventually see still that wind sticking around, but high temperatures, upper 40s to right around 50. Thankfully, we have that sunshine, though, out there today. More details, time it all out with that 8-day right after the break.